So that's the functionality we have completed by using the we achieved by using the Spotfire writeback, right? So what we are doing exactly is like we have created a form within the Spotfire, and then like we were able to submit this form from Spotfire to the back end database easily. It's like it's no frameworks we are using, no front end development. It's plain straight HTML table with couple of document properties and a couple of parameters within a stored procedure. So how it works, it's pretty easy and cool. So I I have created a detailed video following to this video, so where you can see how the table has been created, what data types I have given for this table, and what type of store procedure I have created, and how the values or the records rows has been deleted based on the marking. So I have made that video for that one too, and the store procedure, so you can see all these details. The whole functionality is all about to able to submit the data through the Spotfire, and then you should be able to see the data what has been inserted, and you should be able to delete that specific records based on the marking, right? So there are some functionalities which I haven't covered in my previous videos of writeback functionalities. So where I would like to show those functionalities, what I have done and how did I achieve it. So the first thing is the forms, right? So inside this form, so in my previous topic or like in future topic, where I have struck of setting up the height for the input value of document property. What is my input value of document property is for these names. You see, this is my input field. So to my input field, when I go and format this input field, basically I can see the sizes, right? So when I click on the specific size, I cannot able to control the size of height. I can able to set up the width to 100 per 200 or 300 or 500, but there is no such option for me to increase the height of my input field value. I have seen in Tibco community many people has asked this question, how to increase the height of these document properties. So when especially when there is the height has been disabled, there is no control. So for that, and this can be literally this can be useful in many purposes. The one example which I'm giving you right now is whenever you create any document property within the Spotfire, that document property comes with the Spotfire control with this ID. So always remember, always any property you're using, there will be unique ID will be created. So this unique ID we have to call into our JavaScript. The reason we are calling it inside the JavaScript is because these styles has to be assigned to this ID, right? How the styles will be achieved? The styles can be achieved based on the CSS. Since there is no style element, I mean like there is a style element which you can use within this text editor for specific CSS. You need to enable the Spotfire. What I mean is like there is something called I'll just quickly show you. There is something which we may need to enable in our text area. Let me show you. So spot file sanitate here, like we have to keep it false, and then we can use those style statement. But what happens, it's not been recommended by Spotfire, is because once you use the style elements inside your HTML, what I mean like this guys, right? style and then style and then you put the for the specific ID, for example any ID, take this ID and apply the CSS functionality to that. But when you save that, when you open that in your web browser, there is a glitch that I can literally saw. You can see this glitch that which break up the other parts of the reports. There won't be proper alignments, there won't be a proper drop down, so I see that as an issue. So that's the reason I was calling uh, the CSS for this, to apply the styles for these specific containers, all these document properties. I called it using the JavaScript. So inside the JavaScript, I just created the JavaScript in that to this specific ID. If you look into this, each of the Spotfire ID, let me move this guys aside. So you look this each ID, for one is for first name, one is for last name, email ID. So when look into this ID, I used it here, and for this ID, since it is my ID, I'm using hash. Maybe you can use it as dot for class probably. So CSS, and then I fix the height to 20, so that's how the size has been increased. So this, in this way you can able to control your whole styles for your input values or any document properties basically, right? So this is really useful, and many of the people has been asking for this kind of question, so please help yourself with this kind of stuff, you know. So I can also post this information on my blog, and then you can use this one for your references. And so what else I have done? So apart from this, what I have done is I also created this reset button. The reset button is useful when once you fill the form, after you submitting the form, basically submitting the data, it goes into the data table, but the fields is remaining same as it is. So I don't want that fields to be say stored like to be shown on this form as it is. So I just like I would like to, rather I would like to reset those fields. Let's say blah 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 blah, and then I just don't want to submit, I just want to reset, so I just resetted it. That's it, it's gone. By any chance, like if I entered cancel, uh, cancel, don't save it. By any chance, if I entered some wrong information, wrong, and submitted, I refreshed my table, I see something wrong information, I can click on this and they delete it, and then refresh the table, it's been deleted, and then I see this whole bunch of stuff. I don't like this, so I just reset it. So the functionality I achieved this based on a small Python script, which is very easy. You can find it in any blog. So when you click on this reset form, all you need to do is tell the script that, hey, I have this document property called first name, make it empty. Once I click this, whatever value it has to be restored with this empty or the space. And again, the document property last name, hey, whatever the name you have, once I got hit, just put this value, right? So we do have 4 property values like this likewise, so I just created for them. So it's straightforward and easy. And what else I have done is the simple thing for deleting users, right? I created one more stored procedure where I can show you the simple thing. What I have done here is I created this procedure, and then I defined a parameter called user ID, and then I'm deleting this user. I want to delete the users where user ID is mapping. So what's happening, so once it is done, once I click on this specific mark, so basically only ID value will be passed. So that ID value, how the ID value will be passing is based upon so, and rest, you know, right? I can show you how ID value is passing. So rest is pretty straightforward, like what you saw like when we created this procedure for inserting the data, right? So it's same pretty straightforward concept. So I call this store procedure here. I haven't done anything much. I just created a default parameter UID, and I just procedure is still same like query, and then delete users, and then I'm just passing this as a parameter, and just I called this, I added that information link here. Once I get added, I just went into data on demand options. Here I defined that as my input. You see this guy? So based on my input of IL user registration based on the ID of marking. So whatever I mark, that ID will be captured and that ID will be passed to that specific stored procedure, and the stored procedure will execute and it will delete that user from the table. So that's the actual output. That's how actually the functionality will works. So let's try it one more time. It's vidya sagr vidyasagar.malla@outlook.com. 1 2 3 mail, submit, and just run it. So you see this guy has came with ID and all the stuff, and just refresh the table, blah, you got this data. So yeah guys, so all what else I have done here is I added couple fancy looking backgrounds, and then I updated the custom themes of the Spotfire for the look and feel. Apart from that, I have used a legend for the different colors for male and female. Let's see what if we enter like female. And female. So submit, refresh, it's getting blue. Let's see if someone like ABC guy, come on, reset. ABC guy, his last name is DEF, ABCDEF at hotmail.com, and password is 124, and this guy is not straight, I guess. So submit, refresh, so it's showing others, so it's in different color, right? So you can see all these three different people. So if you have any questions about this, or like if you have anything related to this, and please you can send a comment. I'll try to help you out, and do let me know your feedbacks. Thank you. Have a good luck. Bye.